Again, everybody, and welcome to Dodgers Latest. I'm Jim Rodriguez. You can always hit me up on X and Instagram at JRodShow. Want to invite you to subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear what you're saying. Leave a comment. Let us know what's going on. Glad you've been supporting the channel. Having a lot of fun in this first month of the baseball season. Dodgers enjoying that home cooking, right? And, of course, playing the Colorado Rockies. Dodgers win again against Colorado. Beat them 6-2 last night. Good to see Landon Knack bounce back, right? A horrible outing against the Washington Nationals. Knack a little bit better, 4 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, behind some offense of Will Smith, who had a big 3-run homer as the Dodgers go on to win the game. Dodgers 9-2 now at the friendly confines of Chavez Ravine. One more game tonight. It'll be Germán Márquez against Bobby Miller. That's right, Bobby Miller on the mound. Miller time in LA, making his 2025 debut. And the question will be, what Bobby Miller will we see tonight? Listen, in 2023, Bobby Miller was brilliant. 11-4, 3.76 ERA. Him and Walker Buehler seemed to be the future of the Dodgers on the mound. And then he had a very awful sophomore slump in 24. 2-4 ERA of 8.5 in 13 starts. Miller had a setback this spring. Remember, he got hit in the head during spring training in a game with a line drive off the bat. So that slowed him down. He's made a couple of starts in AAA Oklahoma City. Seems to be okay, ready to get back out there. Remember, Blake Snell is dealing with some shoulder inflammation. Should return hopefully next week. Landon Knack held down the fort. I don't think he's the future, and the Dodgers are looking at Bobby Miller to get back on the mound, get back on track, and at the very least, and we've talked about it, you can go back to the past episodes here on Dodgers Latest, if Bobby Miller can get back on track and be back to that Bobby Miller of 2023, not only would he give the Dodgers more of an embarrassment of riches on the mound, possible trade bait. Remember, we've talked about Luis Robert as a possible talent acquisition by the Dodgers. Bobby Miller could be a good trade bait there if he gets back on the Bobby Miller that we saw in 2023. So Germán Márquez and Bobby Miller tonight as the homestand concludes. Dodgers will then take Thursday off, hit the road, and go to Texas and the north side of Chicago to take on the Cubs, and then back home a week from Friday. All right, speaking of which, so it's Bobby Miller Day in LA. It is Clayton Kershaw Day in Oklahoma City. Yeah, it's not just a basketball town. Clayton Kershaw takes the mound. Remember, the last time we saw Clayton on the mound was August 30th against the Diamondbacks. He left the game with a toe injury, ended up having an operation on that toe as well as his knee. Kershaw trying to come back at 37 years old. Listen, first ballot Hall of Famer, maybe one of the greatest pitchers in LA Dodger. Forget that, franchise history. Him and Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Clayton Kershaw, no doubt about it. 2-time World Series champion, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, MVP, trying to come back for, as Vince Scully would say in that movie, one more day of sunshine. And we're going to see Clayton Kershaw on the mound today, Wednesday. Kershaw on the mound in Oklahoma City against Tacoma. That's AAA. Kershaw expected to pitch 2 innings in Oklahoma City. We will keep you, of course, the progress of that tomorrow on Dodgers Latest. But good to see Clayton back on the mound. Listen, Clayton, unfortunately, although those 2 world championships, he is the face of this franchise. He will go in as a first ballot Hall of Famer with wearing a Dodger hat and the plaque. Want to see this guy leave on a high note, and if he can contribute, you hate to see him with any other team. There were rumors that he may go to the Texas Rangers. He's from that area. He's a Dodger for life. Hopefully Clayton can bounce back and help the Dodgers, in a limited role as we go into the 2025 stretch run and into the postseason. Maybe get one more ring to call it a career for the greatest left-hander, one of the greatest left-handers in Dodger history. It's tough, right? Sandy Koufax or Clayton Kershaw? Who would you pick? I mean, for the old-timers, it's Sandy Koufax. I never saw Sandy pitch, but I've seen Clayton Kershaw pitch many a day and be absolutely brilliant. So hopefully Clayton can come back and pitch one more season in Dodger blue and help them win a championship. So Kershaw today in AAA. Speaking of left-handers, what about Jack Dreyer? Listen, what we knew about Jack Dreyer is that the guy has a speed record for solving a Rubik's Cube, right? He can solve a Rubik's Cube without almost even looking at it. Well, he has been an absolute puzzle to hitters this year on the mound. Look at that, 0.75 ERA in 12 innings, 16 strikeouts. Has got an unbelievable minuscule whip of 0.67, one earned run this year in those 12 innings. He's been an absolute monster coming out of the bullpen. Only allowed 3 hits, was brilliant again last night. An inning and 2/3, 4 strikeouts, ended up getting the win since Landon Knack didn't go the usual 5 innings to get the win. Then between him and the rest of that bullpen, the Dodgers have found gold. And great to see Jack Dreyer. He's a kid he went to Iowa, so he's a Hawkeye from Salt Lake City. And the Dodgers have found gold with Jack Dreyer as a left-hander. We've been talking about him maybe being a spot starter, an opener, but he's pitched so well, you almost don't want to burn him at the beginning of games. He'd be able to come in, be that sort of bridge between a starter leaving a game early and connecting him to the late inning relievers. Jack Dreyer has been a absolute breath of fresh air for the Dodgers. Absolute brilliant to see him. It's great to see the lefty Jack Dreyer getting his flowers, and we hope to see him more through the course of this season, because obviously the game has changed so much where you need a rotation of 7, 8, 9 starters, some closers, and guys like Jack Dreyer who have come in and absolutely shut down the door. Now, the NL West has been a absolute monster, a gauntlet. Best division in baseball? You're damn right? The Dodgers, by the way, 13-6 and are in 3rd place in the NL West. San Diego has been brilliant. They're 14-4. Then you have the Giants at 12-5, the Dodgers 13-6, Arizona is 10-7. Then you have the Rockies, who have been sort of the doormat of the division, 3-14. The Dodgers hoping to get and complete the sweep tonight. And I'll tell you what, we've talked about the NL West as being a gauntlet. Listen, there's no doubt to me you could have 3 teams make the postseason. Can you imagine winning 90, 92 games and being the 4th best team in the division? That is what could face one of these teams like an Arizona or the Giants. Question is, it's a long marathon of a season, and there's been a quirk in the schedule this year where the Dodgers don't see the Giants or the Padres until June. So we got to wait to get that appetizer, to get that big meal of seeing the big rivalry that is the Dodgers and Giants and the Dodgers and Padres. Good thing is the later in the season you see them, that means, in August and September, you'll see more games against the Giants and Padres. But the NL West has been an absolute monster this year, led by the Padres at 14-4, their best start in club history. Of course, the Dodgers started 8-0, the best record by a defending world champion. So should be a lot of fun, this NL West in this 2025 season. Remember, Dodgers latest, subscribe, comment, let us know what's up. Lots to get to. We'll have, of course, the update on Clayton Kershaw, Bobby Miller start tonight, and the Dodgers will then take Thursday off and head to Texas to take on old friend Corey Seager and the Texas Rangers. And we all know the good memories that have happened in Texas. The Dodgers winning the 2020 World Series there at the home of the Texas Rangers. Remember, I'm Jim Rodriguez. You can hit me up on X and Instagram at JRodShow. It's always time for Dodger baseball on Dodgers Latest.